Hi everyone, I'm Liz from Therapy, and today I want to talk to you about one of my favorite summer gross motor activities, and that is being in the swimming pool. Being in a pool is super beneficial for a number of reasons. First of all, warm water or neutral temperature water can help calm tone. It really relaxes kids. Very, very cold water can increase tone, so really be careful if you're thinking about going in a pool and making sure it's warm enough. It can also have pain relieving properties, and it removes the effects of gravity. But even better is the kinesthetic effect water has in a child, meaning the child can feel the water with their entire body, with every piece of skin. It really helps kids understand where their body is in space and get increased sensory feedback. So before we get too far into this, I want to talk to you about contraindications for being in a pool. So reasons you might not want to do this. So a first one would be an open sore or lesion. You don't want to be in a pool if you have any bleeding or oozing. Secondly, you don't want to be in a pool with diarrhea. You know, you always know with kids that can happen. Having a G button is not necessarily a contraindication. If your button is leaking, I would probably not do it, or at least talk to your doctor. And if your child has a trach, I would talk to your doctor before you embark on any pool therapy. Now, when you're in the pool with your child, the number one most important thing to be aware of is where your child's head is. I know there are some products on the market that go around a child's neck and help them float from the neck. I don't really care for those, and I will never walk away from a child or leave a child unattended in the pool. I will always have my hands on the child and always know where they are at all times. I'm going to show you guys, and I'm going to pretend that this blue mat table is a pool and how I like to handle a child. So my favorite way to handle a child in the pool is with their head on my shoulder. So with little Annie's head on my shoulder and her legs floating, I know exactly where she is, and I can monitor her breathing. I can tell if she's upset, if she's having any problems. So this is my favorite way to handle a child, always keeping their head on my shoulder, and then the rest of their body is free to move. I'm going to show you a number of activities, but the first one we're going to start with is the relaxing Watsu activity. So starting with Annie with her head on your shoulder, you may or may not want to use pool noodles. Pool noodles can go under the legs. They can also go behind the back, under the arms to help the child float. A lot of times if your kids are bigger, this helps. If kids are littler, you can just put a hand under here too. So with Watsu activities, now imagine, if you will, that this is the pool and I'm in the pool and Annie is on my shoulder. You're just going to rest her head on your shoulder and move back and forth. Just real gentle back and forth. This is very relaxing. It helps the body elongate. So when you go this way and switch back, the water pushes and gives them a little stretch. And then you go this way and the water pushes and gives them a little stretch. So it's a real gentle, relaxing, stretching activity for in the pool. The pool is also a really excellent place if your child is just learning to walk. The pool supports your child, yet also offers resistance. So if your child is just learning to walk, you want the pool water somewhere between the armpits and the hips. And it helps your child be supported, and then you can just be there with them as they're walking in the pool. You can hold a hand, you can put your hands on their hips. A lot of those beach entry pools are really nice, so you can find the exact correct depth that you want. Now this activity is a little trickier to show, but again, imagine if you will, that I'm in the pool. And if your child is just learning to stand, I like to squat in the pool so that my legs are bent, or even sit on the ground, and you can face your child and have them stand on your legs. Kids love to do that. They love to stand on your legs, splash you in the face, reach for your hair. You can put a squeezy toy on your head and have the child push up to reach for a toy on your head. And last but not least, think about the language that is available to you in the pool. The pool is so motivating and kids have so much to say about it. So think about describing words: wet, sloppy, cold, warm. Think about movement words: splash, push, raise, lower, stand, sit, all these great words that you can use in the pool. It's a really excellent place to work on language, talking about what kids might want to do or how they feel about where they are. So in closing, I just want to reiterate a couple safety things about the pool. First of all, never leave a child unattended, never leave them alone. Always be aware of where their head is in relation to the water and be aware of their respiration and their emotional state. Secondly, be aware of your child's core temperature, because some kids don't maintain temperature that well in water. So know when it's time to get out, when it's time to call it a day. But enjoy and have a great summer, and we'll see you all next fall.